Wrestling fans, are you ready?
So first of all, we're going to talk about probably one of the biggest cards in Irish wrestling history that will be coming up this next Saturday on August 5th in the National Stadium in Dublin in OTT Wrestlerama. To tell us more about it now, joining us on the line from Over the Top Wrestling, Gerry Sold. Gerry, thanks for joining us once again here on The Kickouts.
Always a pleasure, Dave. Thanks for having me.
Pleasure's all mine. So, God, I'm just looking through all the matches just to preview here first. It's probably one of the most stacked cards, if not the most stacked card ever in OTT.
Well, when you think of big shows, this has to be close to a WrestleMania as can possibly be.
Possibly.
It's probably going to be bigger than any previous show we've ever done. And like the sheer amount of matches. But we're not just talking matches, we're talking 5-star, all-star matches. These are going to be the best of the best. This is just going to be one absolutely insane show. If you do not have a ticket, you're crazy. Because if you miss this, you will miss out. There are limited tickets. Get your tickets while you can. This is going to be the biggest night in Irish wrestling history. Absolutely.
There's so much to look forward to. Of course, the man in charge of the event, the guest commissioner, is Mick Foley, who apparently, from what I've heard now, is keeping control to the point where he's actually banning William J. from appearing in the event.
He has indeed. It's an interesting one. We thought Mick Foley would come in and, he'd say a few words, make a few matches, but he's really taking control of the entire show. It is absolutely unbelievable to what this show is going to be, and it's a testament to not only all the guys in OTT, but the commissioner, the man who's in charge, Mick Foley. He has created one absolutely insanely hell-raising mega show, and it's just going to be absolutely unbelievable. And I can't wait to see what he does on the night as well.
It absolutely sounds interesting. Well, as for the matches herself, God, where do we start? For example, an interesting rivalry has developed now between the lads in the flats against Zach Gibson and Charlie Sterling, who seem to make their presence felt like in the last event when declaring that they're trying to make a stand for British wrestling.
These guys have been coming over to make a statement in OTT, and they certainly have done that. But they have a tall order if they think they're going to do it against the lads from the flats. The lads from the flats are one of the best tag teams out there, and they are beloved by everyone. Any show that has been done in Dublin, they have been beloved by everyone there. These Charlie Sterling and Zach Gibson, absolutely world class athletes. They're going to have an absolutely hard time on the night trying to get over the lads from the flats. So it's going to be that's going to be an interesting one straight away.
Absolutely. Two of the best high flyers in the world will also go one-on-one, Matt Sadal against Ricochet.
The fans of OTT have been wanting Ricochet back ever since he stepped foot in OTT ring, and we're giving them exactly what they want. He is by far one of the best in the world, and then to put him up against Matt Sadal, it's going to be absolutely insane. This is going to be a blink and you will miss it type of match. That's how fast. It could go 10, 15, 20 minutes, but the pace is going to be unbelievable. And whoever comes out on top is going to be classed as one of the best high flyers in the world. Absolutely no doubt.
Absolutely. Jordan Devlin lately has been making a huge name for himself. He recently won the Irish Junior Heavyweight Championship, and he has another big challenge ahead against Matt Cross.
Jordan Devlin is one of the hardest working men in not only Irish wrestling, but in wrestling in general. If you go onto his Twitter feed, all you see is him on flights from here, there, and everywhere. He is everywhere. He just became Irish Junior Heavyweight Champion there last week. Absolutely deserving of it. And to go up like Matt Cross, again, one of the top performers in the world, this is going to be one of those bouts when you go, wow. That's going to be every person going, whoa. It's just going to be one of those types of matches.
Absolutely. Now, a particularly very interesting match that's coming up is the no rules match between Sir Paul Tracy against Jimmy Havoc. Now, Jimmy Havoc, who is known for his no rules matches, should present a very interesting match to Sir Paul Tracy.
Paul Tracy, he's taken a break for a little while from OTT to kind of rejuvenate himself and get himself back on track. And he is bigger and better than ever. But he's going up against Jimmy Havoc. When you think of somebody who just is crazy, We've got Mick Foley on the show, and he used to be the hardcore prince.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone's the king, it's Jimmy Havoc.
At the moment,
he is absolutely insane when it comes to his matches. I don't think Paul Tracy's going to know what hit him, literally. It could be a bar, it could be some wood, it could be a table, it could be the bloody kitchen sink. You're just not going to know with Jimmy Havoc. He's going to throw everything at Paul Tracy. It's going to be an absolutely insane match.
Absolutely.
So I cannot wait.
Absolutely. Everything with nails and glass added in, probably.
Oh, God, no.
Now, another intriguing match, Angel Cruz and Be Cool, who've recently now formed a tag team, the Angel Cruisers, at least according to Angel Cruz himself, will take on the world's cutest tag team in Joey Ryan and Candice LeRae.
What can I say about Angel Cruz? He is by and far my favourite person in OTT, because he just doesn't stop. For everything from his own team music to his gear to what he says in the ring to what he does in the ring, he's absolutely one of the best in OTT, and he's fast becoming one of my favourites and one of everyone's favourites. But he's going up against the world's cutest tag team, and I really don't know what way this is going to go, because it's one of those matches where you go, what the hell is going to go on in this match? You just don't know what's going to happen. But I think everyone is going to leave the event on the night happy that they've seen that match.
Absolutely.
Especially with Joey Ryan. I just don't know what way it's going to go. There's going to be a lot of, let's just say there's going to be a lot of innuendo in this match. I'll say no more.
That's probably the best way you can define it, to be honest with you, Gerry.
You better believe it.
Now, speaking of tag teams, 2 Unlimited, who have also made a huge name for themselves so far since they've been on OTT, have a big challenge coming up in 2 British legends in Johnny Storm and Jodie Felch.
2 Unlimited have made a huge name for themselves over the last couple of shows. They've proven that they can go up against the best, and they have been absolutely phenomenal so far. Johnny and Jodie, absolute legends in British wrestling. I've seen them perform many times. I've been on shows where they perform many times. Mm-hmm. They're absolutely, they've been going for years, but they're still at the top of their game. This is a test for 2 Unlimited, absolutely, because Johnny and Jodie they've been rivals and they've been friends for years. They've tagged all over the place. They've fought all over the place. So they know themselves inside and out. So when it goes to 2 Unlimited, it's going to be an absolute challenge for them, but I have no doubt that they are up to that challenge.
Absolutely. Now, probably the most famous trio in pro wrestling at the moment, British Strong Style, will be back in OTT, and they have a very tough challenge this time. We've seen them a lot of times now in 6-man tags in OTT, but I don't think it gets any tougher in Jeff Cobb and the reigning IWGP Tag Team Champions in War Machine.
Well, the War Machine and Jeff Cobb, you can't get 3 bigger guys, 3 badder guys,
Absolutely.
3 tough guys. And to go up against British Strong Style, it's British Strong Style are probably the most famous in the world, and they're WWE superstars. They've got the UK championship in Pete Dunne. They know how to tag. They know how to wrestle. They're 3 of the best in the world. But when you're going up against 3 of the biggest and baddest guys in War Machine and Jeff Cobb, they don't get bigger and badder than these. What can I say? It's just going to be phenomenal.
Absolutely. Now, there's a lot. Now, obviously, all the titles will be on the line at Wrestlerama. For one, the Kings of the North will be defending the OTT Tag Team titles against CCK.
We've seen the Kings of the North over the last year or so be the most dominant tag team in not only in OTT but literally all over the country, and now going into the UK. You go onto Twitter and you see people talking about Kings of the North. You see high-profile wrestlers from America, from England, from Scotland, talking about Kings of the North. They're fast becoming one of the best trios in the world.
Absolutely.
But they're going up against the best trio in the world in CCK. And it's for the tag team titles. I have no doubt that this will be, I always say it, worth the price of admission. This is my match of the night. It's going to be the Kings of the North versus CCK. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. Match of the night, worth the price of admission. Do not miss this match.
It's hard to argue against not missing that match, that's for sure. Now, probably the biggest rivalry in OTT at the moment looks like it will finally come ahead now with the women's title on the line. Katie Harvey defending against the Session Martina.
It's the biggest and longest standing rivalry in OTT history. Ever since the conception, this has been the biggest rivalry that has ever happened. Katie Harvey, the best in the world. Martina, the best in the world. You've got two of the best women's wrestlers around. I am so proud of how far and how big Martina has become over the last 2 to 3 years. And she's going up against the OTT Women's Champion, Katie Harvey. We've seen them wrestle before. It was phenomenal then. It's going to be phenomenal next week. You're going to absolutely love this match. Will Martina get the gold? We just have to wait and see.
And finally, for the No Limit, the NLW title, a triple threat match, Ryan Smile, who had a very controversial finish against Mark Haskins at the last event, will defend the title once more against Mark Haskins and his old rival, of course, the villain Marty Scurll.
You know, I think over the last 2 months we've seen the real Ryan Smile, and I don't think anyone likes this new Ryan Smile, or should I say the real Ryan Smile. He has shown his true colours over the last couple of shows. You know, he had, as you say, he had a very, very lucky escape at the last show. When that match was restarted, if that match had not been restarted, we would have had a new NLW heavyweight champion in Mark Haskins. We've now had, Mick Foley has signed, sealed and delivered this match. It's going to be a triple threat match at Wrestlerama for the heavyweight title. Ryan Smile, Mark Haskins and Marty Scurll. Marty is coming back. He hasn't been seen in OTT for a couple of months, but he is one of the biggest stars in OTT.
Definitely.
When he comes back and this triple threat happens, it's going to be the biggest main event we have ever had.
No doubt.
Will we see a new champion come next Saturday? Only time will tell. My money is on Marty Scurll picking up the victory and becoming the new NLW champion.
It definitely has. You never know. There's a lot of possibilities for all the matches, but especially this match in particular. So as we said, OTT Wrestlerama will take place Saturday 5th of August in the National Stadium in Dublin. There are still limited tickets available on eventbrite.ie. Gerry, pleasure as always talking to you. Wish you and OTT all the best for the events and hope to talk to you again soon.
I'll see you there, Dave, and I'll see all your listeners there as well. Thanks very much.
Awesome. Thank you.